Thulile, good morning. It's a privilege and pleasure to have you on today here on ENC. Thank you very much for coming.
Good morning.
Appreciate
Thank
you.
you very much for having me.
I was privileged to see you in action a few weeks ago at a meeting, at a board meeting where you presented the story of Nka'Thuto EduPropeller, and I thought we need to have you here in the studio because it just wowed me, and I'm not the only one. But I'm hoping the viewers will get a sense of what I'm talking about. In a nutshell, in your words, what is Nka'Thuto EduPropeller?
So Nka'Thuto EduPropeller is a non-profit organization which seeks to assist learners in township and rural communities understand the value of their ideas and that that the ideas are valuable. So we teach them research methodology, skills, and we teach them about innovation, and we encourage them to come up with solutions which are based on science, technology, engineering, and mathematics principles to problems in their communities that they encounter firsthand.
Not just some airy-fairy stuff, it's practical stuff that must happen. Why did you think it was necessary or it was going to be helpful for you to do this originally? Where did the idea come from?
So my partner in the organization and I, Thandeka Mhlanga, so our challenge as scientists, because her and I are scientists, she's a physicist and I'm a molecular biologist, and we just felt like the industry that is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, especially where research is concerned, we don't have the mindset to create value, economic value, out of the research outputs that we create. So we thought in order for us to create a culture and an ecosystem that allows people to understand that these subjects are actually relevant and can have economic value, we decided to start at grassroots levels and go to high schools to sort of say to kids, you too can be a scientist and you too can be an engineer, but you don't have to wait until you have a master's degree like Thandeka and myself. You can do it now.
So it was when you were doing research in your master's program at university. You said you were a microbiologist?
Molecular biologist.
Molecular biologist, yes. Wow. Okay, you were doing this and you thought, but okay, so what am I going to do? How is this going to be useful in my life?
Yes.
That's what really happened. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Then you thought, let's start something that's going to help people to come up with ideas that are practical.
Yes.
Now, how many schools are you in currently?
Sure. So right now we are in 23 schools in 5 provinces right now.
And how is the program going?
The program is fantastic. Actually, this year we have in excess of 850 kids that participated in the Science Expo that we hold that sort of vets the ideas that these kids come up with and have researched, which is incredible because you've got black kids from township and rural communities actually participating in developing science-based and engineering-based solutions to problems.
Have there been some success stories? I mean, you've been around for about 2 years or 2.5 years?
Yeah, 2.5 years.
Any success stories in this short space of time?
So one of the things that we are big on is so what? Now we've done this, so what? What's the next step? How is it going to be relevant? And we are now we are now structuring how we can commercialize some of these technologies, but in a different entity, in a different format to the non-profit organization. And there's one particular case that really stands out. It's a young girl called Prudence Msunga from Leondale High School, and there's a chap as well, Emmanuel Mashadule, who partnered up with Ntokozo Maphanga. And the two of them were in the process of getting them funding, which is looking very good. We're in the process of getting them funding to be able to build prototypes for these solutions so that we actually have products that are viable that we can put into the market and ensure that we have these township-based products growing township economies.
One of the stories I heard you tell the first time I met you when you were making your presentation is that in this particular case where there's been an idea that's now going to be prototyped, the income from that will go towards educating the young pupils, tertiary, university years.
So when we get funded for now business development, because post just having an idea that's airy-fairy for a science project, post that is obviously the how do we commercialize it. But in commercializing, you're selling units. So you can get a sponsor or you can get a donor or you can get a funder that says, I specifically want the money to go to the innovator. And in that case, we ring fence that money so that the learners are able to go into university. So we put it away in a trust so that they're able to go to university and use that money meaningfully.
Yeah, how many pupils whose lives have you been touching or impacting on in these, you said 5 provinces currently?
So,
since you started, if you had a number?
This year alone, the first thing that we do in our program is we recruit. So we run promotional blitz at these schools. And we've sort of exposed in excess of 22,000 learners to the value of science and engineering and so on. So it's going to schools and actually talking to the kids, and us being young black scientists who speak like them, who have the same backgrounds as them, and there we've reached in excess of 22,000 learners.
There's 4 provinces that you're not in. Are you planning to be in those? Funding permitting, obviously you're an NPO, you need funding to be able to do that?
You know, the idea is that we even want to go beyond the borders of the country. And that's the reality of the matter.
That's the dream.
That's the dream. But in the next 2 years, we should have proper coverage over the country.
Okay, as we finish here, Thulile, I mean, you've got a master's, you're a molecular scientist, but you're busy with some research currently. Do you mind sharing with our viewers what you're busy with? Because I heard you say that at that presentation and it wowed me.
Okay, so I lecture at the university at WITS. And I'm a PhD candidate, and I'm doing a PhD where I am investigating several techniques or methodologies to vaccinate against HIV. So the essence of HIV is that the reason why we don't have a cure is because our immune systems, which are the soldiers that sort of fight diseases, when they come into our systems, are unable to. They're not strong enough and are unable to combat HIV. So we need to teach our bodies to do that. And to do that, we develop a vaccine, and that's the work I do at WITS.
Well, good luck.
Thank
I hope you guys will find a vaccine soon to help us deal with HIV/AIDS, among other things. That's Thulile Nka'Thuto. She's a founder of an organization, an NPO Nka'Thuto EduPropeller, doing wonderful things. In the last 2 years, they've touched and impacted the lives of more than 20,000 pupils between grade 8 and 11.